Hello everyone, welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Yeah, you're joined by me tonight. Sorry I haven't done any content recently. My partner has just moved into a new home with her family out in Suffolk, and I'm here live from Suffolk, in the UK. So yeah, what can I say? West Ham versus Tottenham is a game that I just do not like. Every time I see this fixture, I don't like to lose against them. Can't stand them. And hate is a strong word, but I'm not a big fan of Spurs at all, I must admit. Um, Obviously, West Ham are in form at the minute. Got a good win last week at Everton away. Then we play Genk in the week, get the job done. Wasn't pretty at the start, but we got the managed to get the job done. Excuse me. But we now roll on to Sunday and we're up against them. And I am here to do a preview of what we should expect. And obviously, Spurs are going to come out with probably their full strength team. The rest of the 11 players in the week, a 1-0 defeat against Fetus Arnon, I think it was. But I think we're buzzing. We've got to just go at Spurs, and this is a big game for a few players, if I'm honest. Um, and you're going to have all the fans in there cheering the boys on, and we just don't like to lose against this team, if I'm honest. Uh, Obviously, it's probably going to be Fab in goal because Foul will probably come back. I think he's been given enough time to sort of recover. But I must admit, Ben Johnson's been impressing me. He's played well. He's doing good things. He's needs to sign a contract, Ben. He really does, and we need him at this club because I think he can learn a lot, and I think he'd be a really good right back in the future. Obviously, Zuma and Bonner come back in, and Cresswell will play again. Played well Thursday night, got 2 assists. He's the only left back at the club, and at the end of the day, when we're asking for him to play all the time, we're asking for trouble. Shiny G is here. Hello, Shiny G. I hope you're well, mate. And yeah, I've had to sort of come up with a sort of video with regard to this. Then you've probably got Suchek and Rice in the middle, the dream team. Then you've got the front four: Ben Rama, Bowen, Fornells, and Antonio. Now we all know Antonio loves to score against Spurs, so this is a game that he's going to be up for. There's a few big performances now. Bowen scored the other day, which is good for the confidence. That's 2 and 3 games now for him, and long may that continue. But Fornells and Ben Rama. Now everyone knows I like Ben Rama. I backed Ben Rama from minute one. People said that he was a waste of money. I said that this boy will be a talent, and he's a talent. But he's got to start performing there. Right, I need him to make something happen against Spurs because it's a big game for the fans. Right, this is a game where all the fans have got to get with it. We've got to show a statement of intent to Spurs. Like, if we beat Spurs on Sunday, then we look like a false, like an established top 16. We should go at Spurs and not fear them. But in this game can end up 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, anything. It's just like, if I was doing betting odds on this game, which I probably won't, all I'll say is that, like, this game might be a 0-0. That's one thing I will say. So yeah, obviously Antonio has been quiet the last few games. It's going to be a big game for him in this one. It's a big game for the squad, really. We've got a big week. Right, we've already had 1 week since the international break. We've come back. We've won 2 out of 2. We've got Spurs on Sunday. Then we've got Manchester City on the Wednesday. Then we've got Aston Villa away on the Sunday. So it's non-stop. But yeah, what do I expect from Spurs though? They won last week. I watched that game against Newcastle. I was sitting in the pub with a mate of mine who's a Spurs fan. And I was like, I'm loving this after the first sort of 10 minutes when I was 1-0 down. But they sort of kicked into gear. Ndombele is a bit of a talent, mate. I'm not going to lie. I watched him just go through Newcastle, no problem. And he was for how bad he is defensively going forward, he's very, very good. And he looked very, very good, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, you got Kane and Son up there. But I've always said if you keep Kane and Son quiet, you stop Tottenham. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Now, the only good news is that Kane ain't, is off the mark at Newcastle, and he ain't going to score his first goal of the season against us. But that boy loves to score against us, so we've got to keep him quiet. Obviously, Son is another one we've got to watch. Dylan Bluebird, hope you're well, sir. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It really is. It really is. I don't know how to predict this game, if I'm being truthfully honest. This game, for me, something's telling me to draw, but I've gone for a 2-1 West Ham win just because I just don't want to lose against this team. I think if we get anything positive out of this game, then I'll be happy with at the end of the day. And for me, there's certain players who I will get onto in a minute who have got to start doing something off the bench. Like Moyes has got to start playing these players off the bench, and that is no joke. You just can't keep going along and expecting to play 11 players, expecting to play every week in, week out. You just ain't going to cut it at the end of the day. So for me, it's one of them ones. It's just one of them ones. We just got to make sure we are strong in defence, good in attack, and win that game against Spurs. I I will have a look at this probably on Sunday when the team lineup come out, but I'll probably expect us to go with Cafal again. If Cafal comes in, then I, I would fancy us to do Spurs. I really do. But I think we need to score early against Spurs, like we did last season in the 2-1 win. If we come out the traps fast, like we did against Everton, right, we could sweep Spurs aside pretty fast. We need to be on this game though against them. There's no two ways about it. Like, get at them, press them, don't give them nothing. Do you know what I mean? Because I noticed last week the Newcastle went 1-0 up. Newcastle let Spurs back into the game basically. They was just prodding along, and I even said to my mate, I said, I fancy Spurs to come out and win this game. By the way, they're playing. They was knocking the ball about, and they was taking their time to get into the game. They scored 2 quick fire goals and that winning the game 3-2. And let's be honest, the last goal, it was comfortable for Spurs in the end. So for me, Moyes has been doing great, I must admit, and there's no fault in him at all. But this is a game, Mr. Moyes, please don't let us down on this one. This is a game that we don't want to lose. It's against them. It's just one of them games where I hate this game as a fan and as a supporter of West Ham, and I have been for all my life. This is the fixture I look at every single season, right, before any other fixture, when we got Spurs home, when we got them away. And yes, as I say, it is a big game. It really is. Let's have a look at your comments in the chat. I've only got one person viewing. Did you behave in court today? Always, mate. Why should have been starting some of his start 11 in the Europa League games? Why it needs to spend more money? Needs more money to spend. Yeah, mate. If Lassage wants to, going on to that, you mentioned about players. If Lassage wants to make an impact, do it on Sunday. All right. If he comes off the bench on Sunday and scores the winner, he'll be a hero in every West Ham fan's eyes. Every West Ham fan right now will turn around and go, "Oh, he's amazing. He's this is this." At present, for me, he hasn't really cut it. If I'm honest, Lassage. I think for 33.5 million, we could have 2 or 3 players at the club to strengthen the squad completely. But listen, I'm not knocking the lad. It's not his fault. But at the end of the day, you've got to do something to justify your price tag at the end of the day, and he really hasn't. So, yeah, but as I say, if he comes off the bench on Sunday, scores the winner, then great. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. What else you got here? Hammerheads here. And we've got Shiny G. Hell yeah. So that is roughly what I think will happen. I think, how do I see this game going? I have said 2-1, and I have said, but I just don't know. I think I'll draw myself. Um, don't know why. I just feel like 2 or something. But I think we'll come out fast. Spurs will be reserved, trying it on the break, like they always do. Um, if we can stop that sort of Son Kane partnership, then we stop Spurs, in my opinion, as I've said earlier. So yeah, but it's it's one of them games I just hate, mate. I hate it for all the wrong reasons. I just hate this fixture because I know that if West Ham are getting smashed, I'm going to get abuse. West Ham are smashing Spurs, they're going to get abuse. So it's one of them ones. It's just, do you know what I mean? So I personally don't know how to predict this game. Really don't. I just don't lose the game. That's all I say on that. Dylan Bluebird. He's he's standing in an offside position behind players and making no runs in behind. Complete waste of money. Um, yeah, I will speak about Vlasic. I will speak this uh, before the roundup. Before I round it up, but he's got to do something. He's got to do something to justify it, and he has to. Like, there's no two ways about this now. He has to prove to the fans, right, that he deserves to play for West Ham United. People say about giving him time, and I understand that, but there's giving a player time, and there's does this lad have time? Because as I've said on different platforms, if he goes down for any reason, yeah, or a player goes down for any reason, then basically he has to play. Right? And can he come in and do a job for West Ham United Football Club and help the team win games? Now the answer to that is no, in my opinion. He's played he played okay the other night, right, against Genk. I thought he played okay. Right? He wasn't bad. Like Dale was saying, he was playing really bad. I thought he was okay, but he was okay against Dynamo Zagreb. He was okay against Rapid Vienna. Like, these are okay performances. Right? And I don't like to bring Ben Rama up because everyone knows I like Ben Rama. I think he's a great player. But he comes on the pitch, he's running around, he's chasing the ball and doing all that. Now, for me, I just don't understand it. I really don't. Just don't get the logic of it, if I'm honest. So for me, it's one of them ones. He's got to start. He's got to do something, like either assist a goal, score a goal, or just have a really good game. If he has a really good game, then he's going to get people are going to start saying, you know what, right, give us a reason to back him up. Because at the minute, I've not seen anything to justify a £33.5 million price tag whatsoever. Like, let's be honest here, as fans, if you could go to yourself and go, right, I've got 33.5 million, but you know we need a striker and left back, then for me, it's a no brainer. You go and get them players. Do you know what I mean? And people will say, and people will criticise and go, you know what, there was the players weren't there, and Roy's looked for a striker but couldn't find one. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. Usman Edouard was sitting in Celtic. He got signed for 18.5 million, I think it was. He's now in Crystal Palace and he's tearing it up for them. So for me, that's like a no brainer for me at the end of the day. All right. And obviously we need a left back at the club because Cresswell cannot play every single game. And we're going to start putting square pegs in round holes with people like Ben Johnson over there, Fredericks over there. Ben Johnson is a very, very good player, but he's not a left back. And I've said that from minute one. I've had criticism on social media about that. The geezer's a good player, he's a good talent, but he's a right back. He's a right footed right back. And as I've always said, people push him on the left. He's defenceless, basically. So it is what it is. Obviously, with the game on Sunday, this Souček and Rice situation, last week it got sorted out. Souček goes forward, Rice sits there as a DM. As fans, now I'll quickly round this up because I know I'm rambling on. But as fans, I know we all want to see Declan Rice go forward, score goals. He wants to score goals, but you got to think of this. You got to think of the team here. Declan Rice is a world-class box-to-box defensive midfield player. He is not an attacking midfield player. And if we can go and find a defensive midfield player, a good defensive midfield player, then by all means let Declan go forward because he's brilliant at going forward. But Souček done all right last week. I must admit, I thought he played okay. He was back to his self basically, and for the team, that's what I want for the team. Like Souček just has not got the ability to go forward and change games like Deck can. Do you know what I mean? So between a rock and a hard place on this one, you really are. So yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, Moyes has sorted that out, and hopefully we've got to the bottom of that sort of issue now. So long may that continue. So yeah, that's my preview for Tottenham versus West Ham versus Tottenham game. Just don't let me down, West Ham. That's all I'm going to say on this one. All right, it's a big game. It's going to be in front of our home crowd. We've got to be solid. We've got to be on the ball, and we've got to not give them nothing. And hopefully we will come out of it with a win, all right? Because we need a win out of this. And it'll prove something to me. It'll prove after the Europa League, because this will be the third time now that we'll come out of a Europa League game. The last two we've lost. Brentford at home, Manchester United at home. Just don't lose this one. This is a one that we just don't like to lose, as I keep saying. I keep like, going on about it. So yeah, but that's been the preview for the game. Enjoy the game. Have a good weekend. And I'll just quickly read Dylan's comment out before I go. And Dylan says, it would be great boost for West Ham's season if you beat Spurs. The West Ham players need to believe that they are as good as the other top teams. I think Southgate might have had a word with Moyes to push Rice forward more. Happy we've reverted back to the winning ways at West Ham. Come on, you eyes, 3-1. Hit the light ones, guys. I'm off to bed. Dylan's off to bed. Take care, mate. And yeah, listen, I just want to get that comment up from Mashani G. Good comment that one as it goes. He says, I think Southgate might have had a word with Moyes, and I am happy that they've reverted back, if I'm being truthfully honest. Souček looked like a lost lamb, mate. He's not a very good defensive midfield player. He's a good midfielder, but he's not a good defensive midfield player. Right, his passing's a bit poor, and he gets flustered under pressure. So yeah, I agree. I agree with that. So yeah, I agree with that stance totally, and I believe that in a roundabout way, right, they've got it right now. Right, they've started to sort it out. So yeah, as I sort of said earlier on in the video, that it's hopefully addressed. No more poncing about. And if Alex Crowell wants to come on, let Alex Crowell sit there in as a defensive midfield player, who I think is very, very good. I watched him in one game, and just to sort of, I'm going on a little bit of a banging on here. I do apologise to everyone who's been watching this video, but Alex Crowell has got to get on this pitch. Right, I don't understand I know he's at COVID, right? He's got to get on the pitch. I know I'm saying about Vlasic, but Vlasic has got to get on the pitch and try and change the game. And it just seems to me that he's a bit stubborn for Moyes at present. He's playing 11 players and he's thinking, right, I'm going to play these 11 until one of them collapses. And sometimes people can get out of form. Like last week, Fornals and Benrahma, and I will say Benrahma in this, were both poor last week. Do you know what I mean? They should have been at 12 before they did. Do you know what I mean? Especially Benrahma. I thought he was having shots from all over the place. But listen, as a West Ham fan, I'm not a biased West Ham fan. I'll back him up on one breath. And if he does bad, I'll criticise him. That's how you like. Don't be sort of with him because you support him, so to speak. So it is what it is, basically. Uh, Darren's here. Morning, Darren. Hope you are well. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that because I've been rambling on. I've been painting out my missus's bedroom. I am completely knackered. She's happy. Parents are happy, and I am heading back to the ends tomorrow. I'll be getting on the old train and heading back home. So from Suffolk and from me, I'm going to say good night to everyone and take care. And I'll be back soon. I'll be back over the weekend. Funny enough, before I go, I'll be back. I'm doing a late night player rating show with Charlie Walsh, 11:30. So check that out on Sunday night. Let's hope it's full with a win and very high marks. Because if it ain't, I'm gonna have to rave it on. And so yeah, take care. All the way from Suffolk. Bye.